Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And the title of this lesson is Power. Okay, Power. And which I've been meditating on for a bit. And so I wanted to get a few precepts, Lord willing, be exhorting and edifying unto the elect, because we are in the time of divine power, okay, which you have spiritual power that's on different levels, okay. You have some people that don't understand that even the fact that we are able to break down these scriptures and understand it is a form of spiritual power. It's a form of power, because we are able to understand and explain divine knowledge. These are secrets, okay, that the average mind and the average eyes cannot see. So the Lord has given us power to be able to see and understand and break down, all right, these mysteries and these verses, okay. Now, when people think of power, when people think of spiritual power, of course, it's, we imagine the miracles that were being performed, that are written of in the scriptures, whether it be Old Testament times, or during the time of the ministry of Yahushai's ministry and the apostles. Okay, you also think of various things that you can imagine when this devil comes down with great wrath, and we need some physical power to be able to survive, okay, some divine intervention. And so I wanted to go into a few verses here, because the scriptures actually do talk about that, all right. And the Lord is going to bless us, all right, with that power, the same kind of power and much more that he blessed us with back then, because guess what, we were back then, okay, and we are here now. So I want to start off with the book of Matthew, the 28th chapter and the 20th verse. And it says, actually, I'm going to start off at verse 18. It says, "And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." And the all nations is referring on to all the Israelites that are in or scattered amongst these nations, because how would you reach those Israelites? You'd have to go to those nations to teach them, and the Israelites that are dwelling among them, which are of the elect, will be drawn out. Okay, so it says here, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, which we are doing now. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. So are we not at the end of the world now? Yes, we are. Because pursuant to precepts like Matthew, the 24th chapter, when you read it at the top, the disciples were asking Yahushua what would be the signs of his coming and of what? The end of the world. Okay, so we are now at the end of this age. Okay, and the Lord said he is with us always, even until now, just like he was with us back then. And when he was with us back then, what did he bless us with? He taught us, but he blessed us with the Spirit to be able to heal, to be able to perform miracles, to bear witness, okay, to teach his gospel. So if he's with us now, would it not make sense that he would do the same now? Right? How much more so now, being the time that's going to be unlike any other. Remember, and I always make a point on this, that yeah, it's going to be a time like never before, in both on the left hand but also on the right hand, because there's certain things, miracles, acts that have happened in the past, but the things that are going to happen in this time are going to triumph that. So it's gonna include everything. All right. Now, the next precept I have here is actually in the book of Luke, the 10th chapter And I'm going to start at verse 24, because a part of Yahushua being with us is the blessing of being able to understand and being privy to things that nobody else has been privy to. Luke chapter 10 verse 23, and he turned him onto his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes which see the things that ye see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. See, and it's spiritual that he told that to his disciples then, but guess what? Now that applies to us even that much more, because there are things we see and understand and know now that they back then didn't. And there are certain things that we are going to see now that they wanted to see in their time, but they couldn't. All right. Because why do you think they were so eager upon Yahushua's raising from the dead, right? When the Most High raised Yahushua up from the dead, they were asking, well, are you now going to restore the kingdom? They were eager to see that. They wanted to, they thought then that's when the Most High, through Yahushua, is going to take down the Romans and set Israel back up in power. Because guess what? In the Old Testament, all those, in the Isaiah 2, all right, Isaiah the 60 and so on and so forth, it talks about us having our enemies that have put us in captivity, having them serve us, okay, and us being on top and us ruling and us being magnified. And that's going to come by way of Yahushua. All right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So they wanted to see it back then, but we are blessed because we get to see it now. We're going to get to witness these things, the downfall of this place and the coming up, okay, of the kingdom to come, the next age. But in that, you're going to have, the Lord is going to have these acts get done again, because he did say that we would be witnesses unto him in Samaria and Jerusalem and unto the uttermost parts of the world, which is talking about now. And back then, how did the Lord confirm who he was dealing with? By signs, by miracles. Because right now, people go based off of, you know, the general, right? Because we know the elect, they're going to see the truth regardless. But the general average individual just goes based off of what they feel. Oh, well, you know, they might say, well, I don't see what makes GMS so special over IUIC, or I don't see why IUSUPK is, you know. So to them, it's just camps, you know. But the Lord, which we're seeing him do now, but he's going to step it up on a much greater level, where he's going to make a solid, big, grand separation, where there's no room for even argument. All right, who he's dealing with, as it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and the 70th verse on down. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. So what is going to happen then that's going to let it be known who the Lord's chosen are? He's going to do things like bestow spiritual power upon his men. Okay, have that protection, that divine intervention. It's going to get to that point where Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to intervene, and we are going to witness things that we've never seen before. Like I said, both in judgment, but also in deliverance. Okay. And the same way the Lord came to Joshua and told him, look, just like I was with Moses, I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to follow my ways, and I'm going to show you. Okay. I'm going to do things to show you that I'm with you, just like I was with Moses, and show the rest of the congregation that I'm with you, just like I was with Moses. Why do you think the similitude as to the drying up of the river Jordan, right, was just like how the Lord created a pathway during the time of Moses through the Gulf of Suez? Okay, it's very similar, and the Lord said it. He said, I'm gonna show them the same way I was with Moses. Because what did I do by the hand of Moses? I parted that Gulf, you know, where it was dry land, and you were able to walk on one side. I mean, walk straight, you know, through the dry land, and there's a wall on your right and a wall on your left. And in the time of Joshua, what? He stopped the waters, because the waters are coming downstream, and he stopped it, okay, from up, All right, he stopped it up. I think it said from the city Adam. So you had like a wall, a swelling over there, and then everything, like the water from there got cut off, so it dried up, and they were able to walk through there, and then it came back again. That swelling or that wall collapsed, and the water came back again. See, so the Lord always showed. Now the people knew, obviously the Most High is gonna pick somebody to lead us as he's been doing. But how do you solidify that? The Lord is going to show it by spiritual power. All right, divine activity, so to speak. Okay, and that leads me here to the book of Psalms, and this is Psalm 110, verse 3. And it says here, and now applying this to us, okay, it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Okay, in the beautiness of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. So why are they going to be willing in the day of thy power? Well, the same way when you read in the book of Acts, you had a sorcerer. I get his name a little mixed up, but I think it was Simon. Okay, and he was a sorcerer who bewitched the people for a long time. But when he saw the power that was bestowed upon the apostles, even he believed. And it shows you that though he did, it didn't make him of the elect. It didn't mean he was going to get delivered, because look at his actions. He believed that the power they have is truly divine, but it wasn't a belief unto salvation, because he ended up getting condemned and getting cursed out because of his carnal mind. Nevertheless, he was willing. Okay, he was willing, and that's going to be everybody, because one thing that you can't get around is that is when the Lord does something, especially if somebody comes up to the camp mid camp and they're lame, and the Lord has it set up in a way where the Spirit just jumps on whoever it is, to heal them right then and there. You can't get around that. And it's a natural thing for it to go viral, and for more people to come to try and check it out to see, is this actually true? Is this actually real? And you're gonna have people that are gonna say, well, I'm gonna take my chances because I have a certain ailment that I'd rather go and see if it's possible I could get healed. And if they come and they get healed, what do you think that's going to do? Why do you think in the scriptures it always talked about whenever a certain miracle was performed, especially during the time of Yahushua, that his fame went abroad? It says when this was noise abroad, there were always multitudes, because everybody's like, whoa, what? You hear something, yo, there's such and such did such and such. Yo, look, check this. But today, it doesn't need to travel by word of mouth. You have social media. And things spread quickly. Okay, with this internet, things spread quickly. You see, so the second it's not going to be a light thing. The second the Lord says, all right, it's time, because that's what it is. The Lord has set an appointed time when he's going to have this happen. The same way he set an appointed time when the Spirit came down upon the apostles on the day of Pentecost. So the Lord has set an appointed time, and then shall they be known who the Lord's chosen are. Okay, so when people see it, they go, well, what? Yo, shit, yo, you heard what you saw such, you saw, And the Lord knows all of that, because he's the ultimate movie director. So he's setting it up for a very beautiful movie. Okay, and Lord willing, we get to be part of the main characters on the good side. Okay, that get to be casted in this movie. I mean, we all are by default anyway, but you don't want to be that extra. All right, that extra that just gets, like the scriptures say, the multitude perish, which is born in vain. You don't want to be one of those. All right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 18. And it says, verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. That's power. Because we look at ourselves, of course, as regular men, because we're men, but the Lord has, with this understanding and with this knowledge, there's something, there's something that the Lord, if we be of the elect, that the Lord saw in us and said, look, that spirit that I made right there, that's not just an ordinary individual walking about. Yeah, they look like everybody else, sound like everybody else. I mean, they eat, they drink, they laugh, joke, all of that. Okay, but there's something that I've made different about these individuals than everybody else. And because I made it different, you're not really gonna notice it on the level that I do until I magnify it. And then the separation becomes real hard to miss. Then okay, yeah, they look like us. Yeah, I grew up with such and such, but that there's whoa. And the Lord is gonna do that. Okay, the Lord is gonna do that. He's gonna turn us up into a high gear because it's gonna be required as He turns up everything else in the world. And when you see the kind of things He saw us coming with, trust me, it ain't about how hard you can throw a punch, how fast you can run, how smooth you can talk. You need to have faith, because that faith is going to provoke miracles and divine actions that are going to help us in these times. Power. The Lord is going to give us power, true power, not power in terms of money, or just influence. No, but actual spiritual power manifested in the physical. The power to heal, but the power to defend, the power to fight, because we're going to need that. Okay. when them troops come and the threats come, you ain't gonna be throwing healing potions at them. Here it is, you got a gun to your head, here you go, boom, you hit him with a healing potion. My eyes. It's not gonna be like that. Okay. And ultimately it's gonna start off on that level, but as time goes and more prophecies get fulfilled, the Lord is gonna accomplish it in His fullness. And that's going to be when Lord willing, we of the elect, we get delivered and we get our bodies changed. And at that point, it's not going to be, like, oh, the Spirit comes upon you and then you're able to do this, that, and that. It's going to be built in. Spiritual power is going to be built into us. It's going to be innate, a part of us. The same way it's a part of a human being to have legs and walk. It's going to be a part of us to be able to fly. That's going to be a part of us. That's going to make us the extraterrestrial beings. Okay? We're not going to need like the Spirit to have to come upon us to be able to do certain things. It's going to be in us. That is going to be us. We are going to be power. Okay? We're not going to need to receive power then. We are going to be powers. And then hey, it is written. Okay? And as it is written, it shall come to pass. So this is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. And it says, in that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. Okay, and David, well, go read the story. Go read the Acts of David. Okay, of King David. He wasn't a weak little, no, he wasn't. Even from a youth, he was valiant. Okay, and he had that courageous heart. That the Lord, obviously through the Spirit and power of the Lord, drove him to be able to accomplish those different feats. And he always gave credit to who? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. That's why the Lord loved him so much. Because it was never about me, it was about the Lord. It wasn't me, this, me. Oh, look what I did. Oh, look what and you read the book of Psalms, the Psalms of David. What is he doing? He's constantly giving praises to the Lord. If you do a word search of Lord, you're going to see it appear a lot in the book of Psalms. Because King David is constantly speaking about the Lord, blessing the Lord, thanking the Lord. All of these things. That's what the Lord wants. So he would keep on dealing with you because he knows that you're going to in turn do what's pleasing to him. Nevertheless, it says, he that is feeble among them shall be as David, and the house of David, the elect, shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. No, this is not blasphemy, because the word God means power. Okay? Verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And how is the Lord going to do that? By the hand of his people Israel. So the Lord is going to give us power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna make his name known. He's gonna make his name known. He's gonna make his son's name known, and he's gonna make it be known who are his chosen, who he's dealing with. And that's gonna be by way of divine activity. Okay? So as we approach 2022 and the coming months, we have to watch and pray and see what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has in store. Because there's certain things he has set specifically for that year. And as we had time moves on, we're going to see those things. So with that, I hope you've been edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.